Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Headbanger's Closet. Appreciate all you guys tuning in as usual. So 2021, we've got some pretty cool anniversaries to celebrate. Metallica is turning 40 this year. Anthrax is also turning 40 this year. What's cool about Anthrax's anniversary is they're celebrating this milestone with these killer YouTube webisodes from their YouTube channel. Starts off with, chronological order from when the band formed all the way to current day, and they just go through all the albums. They talk about what they were going through when they were writing the album, then everything that happened during the recording process, all the great stories that happened during the tours in support of those albums. Really cool. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend you doing so. Even if you don't really like Anthrax, if you're just a heavy metal fan in general, they are really cool videos. They're very informative. In addition to the band members discussing everything, you get past band members talking about stuff. You get record producers, guys that mix the records, band managers, tour managers. You even get a lot of people in the heavy metal world like Henry Rollins, Rob Zombie, Corey Taylor, Jose Mangan from that Sirius XM radio. All these people talking about in each of the videos what that particular album meant to them or what Anthrax meant to them and influenced their band as well. So it's really, really cool to hear those other personalities in the heavy metal world talk about Anthrax. So everything it's still going on, but everything sort of culminated in the live streaming show they did a couple weeks ago, which was awesome. Check it out. It's on YouTube. Really great performance. Anthrax always delivers. And it was Joey Belladonna fronting the band, which is great. I love Joey. That's my favorite version of Anthrax just because I love those thrash records from the 80s. But they didn't do anything with the John Bush era in that performance, which I was a little bit disappointed in it because you're basically taking out 30% of your career and just neglecting it completely. I understand it, but I just would like to hear him just play at least one song. So I love the John Bush era stuff. Love the Joey stuff. Joey's my favorite. That's my favorite version of Anthrax. I look at them as two kind of separate bands almost. And they talk about that in the webisodes. The 90s came and when Joey left the band and John Bush joined, and John Bush is a great singer, phenomenal singer, great songwriter. The band kind of changed. They went away from that thrash sound. They started sounding a little bit more like what was going on in the 90s. And although I loved the singles, songs like Only, Potter's Field, Crush, Room for One More, Inside Out, Black Lodge, great, great songs, I just didn't dig the overall sound. I bought all the albums. I liked it. It wasn't the thrash that I loved from Anthrax, although still cool. So a couple weeks ago, my good buddy Ralph Cervetto kind of challenged me. He's like, dude, go back and listen to those John Bush era albums, rank them against the Joey stuff. You'll be surprised. Some of them stand up. And I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I did it, and I agreed with him completely. He was right. I was like, some of these albums are great. So if you go on YouTube and look at any Anthrax discography ranking, the last one with John Bush, May 6, 2003, We've Come For You All. This one is always ranked down the bottom, and it sucks. I disagree with that. Obviously, Sound of White Noise is unanimously the best John Bush era John Bush era Anthrax record. Unanimous, right? But man, this thing right there has got to be close to it. And the thing I love about this album is the guitar work. Scott Ian's riffs kind of go back to that Joey Belladonna 80s thrash style. I love it. Songs like What Doesn't Die, Anywhere But Here, Cadillac Rock Box, Taking the Music Back, Think About an End. All those songs have killer riffs. Love them. And like I said, they remind me of the 80s thrash stuff. All of those riffs could have easily fit on Persistence of Time and State of Euphoria, in my opinion. They're just that good. So put that together with John Bush, his vocal style, which is great. You get an awesome album. This is my all-time favorite John Bush era Anthrax record. I'm not going to go say it's the best. Sonically, I believe that's probably Sound of White Noise, but this is my favorite for just the reasons I just said. You get the 80s style thrash coupled with the John Bush era vocals. I love it. And unfortunately, this was the last album John Bush sang with them. So here's it on CD. I bought this one first when it came out back in the day. Like I said, it came out May 6, 2003. After a lengthy, delay in the album being released, I think Charlie said it was due to the fact that the record company wanted to spend more time promoting the album before it came out, so they kept pushing back the date. So I believe it was supposed to come out in the winter of 2003. Ended up coming out in the spring. So great album. Check it out. I go back and listen to it. I think you'll find that it stands up. So A couple years ago, they re-released those albums on vinyl. This is the double vinyl set. We've come for you all. Always love Anthrax's artwork. The guys in the band are into horror, they're into comic books, and I love the fact that all of their album covers, you kind of get that feel with them. And no insert here because it's a gatefold, but check it out right there. There's the lyrics. You got Taking the Music Back, we've got Black Dahlia, we got Anywhere But Here, we got What Doesn't Die, Superhero. All of these songs have like kind of comic book style, little artwork to kind of commemorate the tune, which I think is cool. Then you get pictures of the guys in the band right here. A little write-up about the album from each guy. So really cool. Obviously, it's probably Scott, Ian, and Charlie doing the main, work and getting all the packaging ready. But I just love the way they do it. Not a whole lot of bands put out just quality, album stuff like this. You get the full experience. You get the visual with all the great artwork, but you also get the music as well. I love when bands take the time to do that. So this particular version, this is, like I said, it's a double vinyl set. Both come on this really cool purple, matches the album cover artwork very well, like that, and it's got that cool Anthrax pentagram A logo right there, which is really cool. And then again, here it is. The purple just really goes well with the album cover. And they also throw in a poster, which is kind of cool. So check this out right here. Just the album cover, but still a pretty cool poster. Kind of cool that it, include that. You can hang it up on the wall. But yeah, man, this is a great album. I highly recommend everybody go checking it out, giving it a second listen. Because like you said earlier in the video, if you go watch any Anthrax discography ranking, this thing's way down the bottom. And I'm not saying it needs to be like above, even half the records that Anthrax put out. But man, I don't think it needs to be down the bottom. This is probably, like I said, this is my favorite Anthrax record from the John Bush era, but I would say it's probably got to be right behind The Sound of White Noise, in my opinion. So, anyway, check it out. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this record, what you think about the John Bush era versus Joey Belladonna era. I'm always interested to hear what you guys have to say about that subject, because it is such a, kind of a polarizing subject. So leave me a comment down below. Hit that like, subscribe if you hadn't already. I appreciate it, and I'll have another video for you guys very soon. Cheers.